All right, I'm trying to get a guy. Let's see who this is. Let's see who this is. I'm waiting on. Hello?
Hello.
Hello, what's
Can
your
you hear
name?
me? My name is B-Boy Soul.
B-Boy Soul. Wait, hold on. Yes, I can. You have good light. You're kind of close, but I can live with it if I have to.
What's that? I'm sorry.
You're kind of close to the camera, but I can live
I'm
with it if I
sorry.
have to. Okay, that's fine.
Back.
All right, we can see
That
you.
better?
Wait, no, you're good. Stay right there. B-Boy Soul is your name?
My name is B-Boy Soul. My last name is Boy Soul, but I'm an artist, and my last name is I use Boy Soul as my artist name.
Okay. How old are you?
I'm 42.
42. You have any kids?
No.
No kids. You never wanted kids?
No, I wanted kids.
Okay.
Just didn't play out that way.
Got you. Where you calling us from?
Richmond, Virginia.
Richmond, Virginia. And when's your birthday or zodiac sign?
January 5th. I'm a Capricorn.
Capricorn. Now you mentioned you're an artist. What kind of artist are you?
I'm a musical director, producer, and a record executive.
Okay. So you consider that an artist or a music executive?
So I don't like to lead with that because that's kind of why I'm single right now. Like, so I'm a musical director for Raheem Devon and different other artists. So when I lead with that, I'm
no. Well,
you said
no. You said you were an artist. An artist is Raheem Devon. Right. You're saying that you are an executive. So I'm trying to understand. Are you an executive or are you a performer yourself?
Not or, and.
Okay, so what kind of artist are you? Back to my original question.
A musician.
What kind of musician? Do you play? Do you sing? Do you rap? What do you do?
I'm a producer.
So a producer is an artist? Or is a producer a producer?
Yes. I don't understand why it's confused. Yes,
okay,
a producer can be an artist as well.
So Neo is a producer, but he's an artist. He sings. So I'm asking, let me be clear. Do you sing?
Mm-hmm. No.
Do you rap?
Yes, sometimes. But I said it the way I said it because that's what it is. Like, for instance, Khaled is a producer, but he's an artist. You can go to your DSP and get a Khaled project. But he's a producer. He doesn't necessarily sing or rap. He's a producer artist. Does that make sense?
Okay. Let's continue. So this is B-Boy Soul, 42, no kids, Richmond, Virginia, Capricorn. He's an artist. All right, babe. Right. What kind of woman are you looking for?
Someone who is cooperative, someone who's into traveling, to trying new things, someone who's supportive, someone who can handle the lifestyle of someone in my industry, someone beautiful, someone attractive, and someone not necessarily religious but spiritual.
Okay, religious but spiritual. All right, what's some deal breakers for you?
Deal breakers: dishonesty, clout chasing, those type of attitudes, hyper materialism. Like, 'cause I mean, I'm into a little bit of materialism, but not like a whole lot of it. Like, everything has to be brand name and all that kind of stuff. It's hard to say deal breakers because I'm pretty open, but I kind of know it when I encounter those things. Just bad vibes.
Okay. All right, so this is B-Boy Soul, 42. What's the age range you want to date?
I'll say between 35 and 40, 45.
35 to 45. Do you still want to have children?
If it plays out that way. If it doesn't, you know what I'm saying?
Could the woman have kids already?
Depend on the age and depend on the amount. Maybe one or two of not so much that like that middle age, that preteen, either late teens or young, not that middle area.
Okay. All right. So this is B-Boy Soul, 42, no kids, Richmond, Virginia. A Capricorn, is an artist. Jose, 35 to 45. Do you want the woman to be in Richmond, Virginia?
No, because I'm not even sure how long I'm going to be in Richmond, Virginia.
Why were you laughing?
Someone said, AKA, don't ask for no comp tickets. Yeah, exactly.
Oh, you don't want your woman to ask you for con tickets?
Well, no. So what I'm saying is, when I lead with what I do for a living, the conversation almost always goes to, so what's it like with
Well,
so
you
and
led with
so?
what you did in this conversation.
Well, I kind of try to veil it a little bit. Like,
Well,
that's
no,
why I
you
said
came
it the
on and
way I
say your
did.
name was B-Boy Soul. So if you come on and say your name is B-Boy Soul, I mean, do you have a name that your mom gave you?
That is my name. My name is B-Boy So. BEBOISSCAU. That's my name.
That's the
But
that's the name your mother gave you.
that is my name, beloved. That's my name. On my license, you can write checks to me. That's my name.
So your last name is Soul?
No, no, no. So Boy Soul is the phonetic way that I got tired of people fucking my name up. So I just changed it that way for a commercial reason. So it's easier for you to search me, find my music. Because my last name is French. And I got tired of people, like, it's hard for people to, like, if you listen to my music and you like it, it's hard
So
for you to
so
tell
so
the next
so,
person.
so the name your mother gave you is B-Boy Soul French?
No, no, no. My last name is French. The last name is French,
I just
is
want to
what I'm
make sure
saying.
I understand, just because I
No,
want
no,
to be
no.
on
I
the same
know. I
page as
know.
you. The name your mother gave you is B-Boy Soul.
My last name is Boy Soul. My father gave me the last name. My name is B.
So
My
your name,
name,
so your name is B.
yes.
So you could have said your name was B. Like the reason I asked
Oh, I'm
about you
sorry.
B. No, hold on, because I just want to get one thing clear. Because you said when you lead with who you are, you're worried about certain energy. You led with who you are. You could have just simply said my name is B. You're the one that
No,
said my
no.
name
I
is
said
B.
when I leave
If
with what I
someone tells me your
do.
name is B Boy Soul, I'm gonna try to figure out more because no one I know just that's not in the industry name is B Boy Soul. So what I'm saying is because you gave the excuse, not excuse, but you gave the statement that when I leave with who I am, I get a certain type of energy. Well, what I'm trying to tell you is you don't have to leave with who you are. You can just leave with who you are. You just be B.
Okay. I said when I leave with what I do, I get an energy. Not who I am. Boy Soul is my name. That's my name. I just say it differently or spell it differently so it's easier for people to search me and things like that. That's all I'm saying. Like in terms of like my name, and first of all, I was taught when you introduce yourself, you give your first and last name. Like, so that's just why I did that. And I
But
only
you
said
didn't
the
give your
boy.
first and last name because your last name is French, you said.
My last name is Boy Soul. It is
But then you told
French.
me you said a second ago your last name is French or something.
French, meaning from the French, the language.
Oh, okay. Well, I missed
Yeah,
that. Okay, got you.
yeah, that's
Okay,
what I'm trying to say.
okay.
You
So
understand what
your
I'm saying,
full
April?
name is B Boy So. So boy is a part of the name that your parents gave you.
The last name is Boy So. Boy So is my last name.
Your first name is B.
There you go.
Okay, ooh, child. Okay, I understand now more. Okay.
Bless your heart.
Okay. So, but back to what I'm saying. You could have just said your name is B.
That's funny because now I realize you thought my last name was French, like French.
Yes.
Fucking hilarious. I'm sorry. No. I mean,
But what I will say is this: most people, yeah, I'm sorry, y'all. I was confused. Y'all can add this if y'all want to
no,
add
that's
this to a
funny. I
Kendra
like that.
Slow moment that I be having on this show. I will rock it. I will wear that hat because I have a lot of slow
No,
moments.
that was funny.
But what I will say is, you could have just said your name was B. Because
I
B
know. I
Boy
was always
Soul
taught when
sounds like a stage name. Which, if you give me a stage name, this happens with everyone. I'm gonna dig deeper. So you could do that.
Oh.
It's just that when people say when I leave with that, that kind of irritates me a little bit because I'm like, well, you led with that. So how can you be mad if people know that's what you do? Because you led with that.
Oh, I see the disconnect. No, that's my actual name. So again, like I said, I was taught when I'm introducing myself to someone, tell them your whole name. I was raised that way. Like
Okay.
If I never met you before, I wouldn't just say, hey, I'm B. I would say my name is B Boy So.
Okay, so let's keep going. All right, so but you mentioned this a couple of times, so I want to dig deeper. So you don't like women that want to be with you because you work in the music industry?
No, I don't.
Okay, so what do you find with those type of women? Just opportunists or whatever?
Yes, and to me, it's kind of corny because I could be anyone who works in the music industry. It says nothing about my personality. It says nothing about me. It's a status thing, and that could just be anyone. So there's nothing, it's not attractive to me.
Okay, so you want somebody that just wants you for who you are?
Yeah.
Okay. Does the woman have to look a certain way?
Well kept. No size. Restraints, if you will. just well kept. I mean, if you plus size, keep yourself. If you small, keep yourself. You know what I mean? Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm. Excuse me. All right. So she had to make a certain amount of money.
Does she have to make a certain amount? You know, I honestly never thought about that. Just don't be needy broke. I mean, we all go through transitions, you know, in stages in life, but just don't be like that needy broke. You know what I mean?
What's needy broke?
Like you call somebody, hey girl, what you up to? Nothing, just trying to figure out how I'm gonna pay this light bill. Oh, nah. Like that's needy broke. We all, you know, it's a recession and a pandemic going on. We all got, you know, things that we working through, but you leading in phone conversations with you trying to figure out how to do this light bill? No.
Okay. Okay. So you can't be needy broke. That's the first time I kind of heard that phrase before. You said she can't have kids, right? She can't have
Yeah, she
kids,
got
right?
kids, yeah.
She got kids. All right.
Well-behaved kids. I ain't with no badass kids.
Behaved kids. Okay.
Well-behaved kids, yes.
All right. So when was your last relationship?
2019.
2019. Okay. You don't gotta answer this question, but I'm going to ask. When's the last time you was intimate with a woman?
Next question.
Okay, fair enough. All right, B, why do you think you're single?
Because I'm just getting to the place where I no longer want to be single. I wanted to be single for a while. I was married after I got divorced. I kind of enjoyed my freedom, if you will, for a while. Then I got into a relationship, like I said, which ended in 2019. And then my lifestyle from traveling and stuff like that made it difficult. But now I'm in the place where I'm content and happy in a lot of areas of my life and my career and things like that. And I think it's time. I'm in a place where I think it's healthy for me to bring someone else into that. Before I didn't feel like, nah, I wasn't in a place where it was cool to bring anyone else into my life.
Got you. So I skipped this. You was once married.
Yes.
How many years was you married for?
We were married for about 8 or 9 years, but we were only together about 4.
Okay. Oh, really? So you're separated like a lot of that marriage?
Yeah.
All
We
right.
tried to work it out. It was a separation period. We tried to work it out again, and yeah. Then
Do you want to get married again?
I'm not sure. If I do, I want it to happen organically. I want it to be someone that I enjoy spending so much time. I don't know. I'll just say I don't know yet.
Are you not closed-minded to you? You're not. I will. Correct me if I'm wrong. You're not closed-minded to it, but it's not something necessary.
Right. Exactly.
Okay. All right. So this is B-Boy So 42. He'll date 35 to 45. You don't have to be in Richmond, Virginia. He doesn't have any kids. You're still open to having kids, correct?
Absolutely.
Yes, he's open to having kids. He doesn't mind if you have kids. A Capricorn artist, are well-behaved kids. Why would a woman be lucky to be with you?
Why would a woman be lucky to be with me? Because you will experience things that you want to, this is going to sound arrogant, but you're going to experience things you want to experience with a regular guy. My lifestyle affords me certain luxuries and certain experiences, certain associations, things of that nature. I've had the experience of failing at love. So I've done the work, the shadow work, as they call it, to try to get it to get it right. I'm a good listener. I'm an intelligent man, and I'm goal-oriented and goal-minded from a relationship standpoint. I would like to see my partner win just as much as me. So I think that's an asset to a woman.
So 2 things. You said all night long, you don't want a woman that wants to be with you because of what you do. And when I asked you, why would a woman be lucky to be with you? The first thing you said, she's lucky to be with me because of what I do.
I'm glad you said that.
So that makes no sense to me.
Because here's the thing. You asked, why would you be lucky? Now, you don't just get that automatically. Just because you hanging out with me.
But no, but it doesn't matter because you want a woman that doesn't want that. Like you said, hold on, just hear me out. You said, I don't want a woman that wants to be with me because of what I do. I try to hide that. And then the first attribute you said, why she's lucky to be with you is because of what you do. So basically, if you didn't do what you did, she would not be lucky to be with you. So it's like you're saying you don't want this woman to want you because of what you do, but now you're saying this is the reason why you're lucky to be with me because of what I do. That's a contradiction.
It's not at all. Because again, I said I don't want you to be with me because of that. Now, again, that's still a perk of being with me, but I don't want that to be the only
What is
reason
the
you're
perk?
there.
Why do you feel like you are like so great because of what you do? What's so many perks about that? You're
Right? Is that what you're
outfit.
hearing me say?
I mean, boy, I live in the same world. So what makes you think that this world you call people who don't live in our world regular people? There's a lot of people who don't live in our world that have substantial relationships. So you present it like you are this and that because you work in the music industry. What makes you so special because you work in the music industry?
I never said I was special because I
You
work in the
did say
industry.
that. The first attribute of why
I'm
a
sorry, go
person,
ahead.
you said they have perks. They don't just get these perks. So I'm just trying to figure out, because I live in this world. So you can't,
Can I?
I'm not impressed. I live in it. And I live in it on my own merit. So I'm just trying to understand why you feel as though you're so better than other men who don't live in this world.
Can I answer the question?
Absolutely.
Okay. I never said that. Never said that. To go back to the beginning, I said I don't want someone to be with me because of that. I stand on that. That is something that comes with being with me, but I don't want that to be the sole reason you're there. Now, again, I don't think it's because, again, I said experiences. I never said anything about my industry. I said my experiences and my associations. Someone like, for instance, respectfully you, like, or someone like you. I have people who, like, you aspire to be in this industry, or you aspire to do something. I have associations and, people that I can help in that regard. It's not about me thinking I'm better. But that's a fact of the matter. Is like,
Okay, but you use the word regular. You
approach
said
was
you were
regular,
you said that you're not a regular guy. So what does
and I
that
did that
mean
with
though?
finger
So
quotes,
okay,
respectfully,
so
because I
break
didn't know.
that down. What makes you not a regular guy?
Well, Kendra, let's be honest. You, like you said, you work in the same industry as me. We are afforded a different lifestyle. We pay bills just like everyone else, but we do it in a way that's not normal. That's the only thing I mean by regular. Like, most people have a 9 to 5, they have a schedule to keep that is unlike what we are afforded, the lifestyle that we are afforded. That's all I mean. I don't mean like in terms of stature being better. I mean in terms of lifestyle. My lifestyle is not normal. I get to sleep whenever I want. I'm traveling 3 weeks out of the month. That's not normal. That's what I mean by regular. That's all. I don't mean like I'm better than someone because of our industry. And respectfully, you kind of sound triggered. Like, I'm sorry if
I sound triggered because I'm just gonna keep it honest with you. Because I work in the industry, I hate people that say stuff that you say. I'm just gonna keep it honest. Because you
okay.
came up here and you presented this whole mojo of, whether you feel as though or not, you lead with this. You even mentioned the word perks. Like, there's certain perks that come with me. But I also don't want you to want me for my perks. But if you're with me, you're lucky. Like, that's why I say, what does that mean?
You're framing, so now you're creating a narrative around my words.
Okay, so explain for me. So what do you mean? Okay, when you said perks, what are the perks of being with you?
So let's take the connotation off, let's take the denotation off of, rather the connotation off of perks. Perks is simply something that you get from an association or some other affiliation. That's it. We add feeling to it. For instance, the perk of dealing with someone who is a stewardess is you might get free flights. That's a perk, regardless of how you feel about it. Take the feeling out of it. The truth of the matter is, I might be called to go to do a show somewhere in blah, blah, blah land, and you get to come with me because I'm doing my job. So it doesn't make, again, I never said anything about better, but that is something that it has been my experience that the women I've dated enjoy. I mean, it's nothing for, hey, yo, babe, I got to go do a show in LA. You want to come with me because you can? Not because you have to do anything, not because you have any particular talent or anything. You don't need to do anything. Just come. Why? Because of me. That's a perk. I don't see it as making me better or anything. It's a fact. That's all.
Okay. Well, look, the women seem to like you in the comments, and that's what you're here for. And I love y'all back,
ladies. I see my sister caping for me. Thank you, baby.
Listen, yeah, she came for you. I don't care. It's not about me. It's about the women that's watching the show. And if they like you, so be it. When you use the word trigger, just to further explain, I am triggered because, and I'm just going to say this, and this is not a diss to you, but this is just an overall fact. I know people that are on a higher level than me, than you, and they're just so humble. And and they would never say some of the things that you said. And it's just, so it mind boggles me sometimes when I hear certain people say stuff that work in this industry, when I know people who are on the highest of the high level and they come across as humble as they can be. And I'm not going to
But
name
to be
drop.
fair, you asked me questions that put me
Well,
in a
no, well,
strange
actually,
position.
you contradicted yourself a lot. That's why I dig deeper, because
Did I?
absolutely, you sat up here for a
Okay.
long period of time
Fair
and said
enough.
you didn't want a woman that wanted you because of what you did. And literally, the first thing when I asked you, why would a woman be lucky to be with you? It was because of what you did. So that's how we got here into this conversation. But it don't matter, because it's not about me. It's about the women watching. They like you. They're like, Kendra, far back. They like you. So look, if they like you, that's what it's all about. So let's do it. This is B Soul, 42, no kids, Richmond, Virginia. Capricorn is an artist, 35 to 45. But I will say this: the women that probably like you are the women that like you because of what you do. And you said that's not what you want. So I don't know how it's going to work. But let's figure it out. Let's do it. Give them your IG, babe.
My IG is BEEBOYSOUL. B-Boy Soul.
BEEBOYSOUL. And one thing
Yes.
I will say this, for the people that are riding for you, and I respect that are riding for you, see your point of view. Let me tell y'all something. I will always speak how I feel. Whether y'all agree
As
with
you
it,
should.
disagree with it. Like, I have no problem y'all being mad at me in the comments. Y'all saying, Kendra, you was wrong. I really don't give a shit. Because the one thing I earned is to speak how the fuck I feel whenever I
And this
feel
is
it,
your
because I
platform.
built this show. So I'm okay with y'all being mad at me. If you thought I was going too hard on him, or if you agree with him, I'm totally fine with it. You can say whatever you want in the comments. It doesn't bother me. Like, that's just what it is. But let's get you your girl, because they ready to be it. Once again, it's B Boy Soul. He
You
is
are
in
a mess, yo.
he's in Richmond, VA. 35 to 45. He has no kids. He's okay with you having kids. All right, boo. Well, you keep me posted. You're gonna have to come back on and give me a recap.
Yes, ma'am. Thank
All
you.
right.
And to be clear, I enjoy your energy. I enjoy a combative conversation. I don't take it personal. I'm secure myself. So don't.
Listen,
Okay.
I know
Just
you
so
a
you
man's
know, I don't.
man.
I'm not that guy that does all that shit.
Listen, it's all good. If you, I'm okay with hearing it. But like I said, you know, it is what it is. I'm not always. I mean, I'm always right for me, but I'm not always right for everybody.
I like that. I'm always right for me. Can I steal that?
You can definitely say that. And what I mean by that is, I don't do a lot of apologies. People be like, that's not really my thing, because I don't come from a mean-spirited place, but I'm always going to speak my mind. And I understand, though. I've been in media for 20 years. Sometimes speaking my mind pisses people off. I can accept that. I can accept you being mad at me opposed to me muting my true feelings. You know, I'd rather say my true feelings and you get mad and deal with it than muting my true feelings just so you can be happy. I'm not going to do that. But again, we're going too long. B-Boy, so you got to come back. Give it like a week or two, and I need a recap.
I watch all the time.
And I will say this. Now, one thing I will say, me being confused with your name, now I will rock that slow moment.
That was hilarious.
Because I thought you were saying your last name was French. Child, I'm going to own that one.
That was fucking hilarious. Yo, thank you for that moment.
All right. Bye, babe.
Peace. Thank you.
No problem. Let's keep going. Ooh, child. Ooh, child. Ooh, child. Let's just keep going. All right.